Episode title. Old Man
Old Man
Tales.
Tales.
Old Man Tales.
Title.
Did you watch the opening scene to Mission Impossible 3, Shao? Oh my God, he's gonna say no. He's frozen. He's pretending to be
Just
frozen.
wait for him to blink.
He's blinking. Yeah, there it is. We know you're awake. You're not frozen. Wow. Okay. Oh, we lost him.
Let me just reset. Okay, let's continue, Justin, like the good old days. So, Shao might not have watched.
I just got back.
Shao,
Sorry,
you probably didn't.
Mr.
You probably didn't hear my question because I think you froze there and dropped out. But don't worry about it.
No, the
I'll
connection's
ask you
great
next
now.
week.
The connection's great now. So no, to be completely honest, no, because as you guys know, as you two would know, I had 4 auditions this week. Ladies and gentlemen, I had 4 auditions, and these 2 gentlemen very kindly helped me with one of them by doing line reads, and
Which, by the way, I'm very sorry about.
Why?
Because I do not know how it turned out, and I was too scared to even listen back to it.
You did say that, but there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with the recording at all. I do. The only thing about this audition is because it's Hayden's first time, maybe I think doing line reads for an audition.
Yeah.
I guess Justin hasn't heard it, and
No.
whatever. But you can tell from his voice that he took it very seriously.
That's why I was asking questions.
Very, very, because so Justin usually would, every line he would give me 2 to 3 different variations, right? And maybe I could pick from something more subtle, something more whatever, more drastic or whatever. But Hayden does one take all the way through, very crisp and very clear and very
specific in my choices.
I was gonna say professional, but although it was professional, it just sounded very one and done, and and so like the contrast between Hayden's voice and Justin's voice for this audition, it worked because Justin's character was supposed to be a little not inebriated, but he hit his head, and he's kind of trying to think where he is.
I was definitely inebriated at time of recording. So for some backstory, people, Shao had reached out to us in the middle of the day, and I saw it at work, but I knew my evening was a busy one. It was kind of a busier than usual, and then I had a hockey game mixed in there. And so I got home from work, did all the stuff that I had to do, completely forgot about it, went to hockey, came back from hockey, and said hi to Kate and stuff. And this time it's like 11 o'clock, maybe a little after 11. And so then I went outside to have a little puff. And then as I was out there, my phone beeped. And I thought, oh, that's weird. It's late. But, sometimes like after a hockey game, guys in the hockey group chat will be talking about the game or whatever.
Yeah.
And I happened to look, because sometimes if it's late, I don't always look. And I looked, and it was Shao, like, hey, man, don't know, I gotta do this thing or whatever, I'm recording it tomorrow afternoon, like, do you think you might still have a chance to do it? If not, that's totally fine. And I was like, fuck, I felt so bad that I was like, I'm gonna do it right now. But I was just like cooked, and so I like did it. And at one point, because I do a line read, and then I give a beat, and then I do a different variation of it, give a beat, do a different variation of it, and then move on to the next line of dialogue. And I'm curious to know how long the pause actually was, because I think I did 1 or 2 reads, and then I paused for so long. They forgot
that you were doing a line read?
I don't know what was happening.
Came back?
I think I was probably judging myself, and then I was like,
That's what
So
I
put a
thought it was
disclaimer when I
happening.
sent it. I was like, so if you think that the audio stopped or cut out or something, it didn't. Don't worry about it. There's just a really long fucking pause at the beginning.
Yeah. No,
And then
no.
one of them, I like cracked myself up. I think I said it too
Yes.
loud. So then I started laughing and I was like, that was so aggressive. And then I got like a fit of the giggles. I was like, what is happening? Like,
So good.
oh,
See,
But no, it was all very usable. Yeah, go ahead, Hayden.
I was just to be fair on my part, I did do multiple takes multiple times. And that's why I asked questions like what level of acting do you want in an audition read? Because I've never been the actor side. I've just been the one listening to your final product. And I was like, I need to do it good. I need to do it good. So I must have done it at least a dozen times on each one and gone, no, that's goes up. It goes very Australian and so like, cut out that. So you got the best of what I self-directed probably, and I shouldn't have. I should have just gone and given you multiple takes and you played.
I'm sure it's great. We should play we should play our takes.
Well, I don't know if I still have it. I might actually. I think it's open now.
Yeah, it's definitely on the phone somewhere.
And that's mine's saved in my whatever device I record on. But that's the thing when you're a reader, Hayden, you don't have to, like, it's nice to give maybe like a little something so it's not flat, because then it just plays better for Shao too, like in his audition. But you don't ever want to try and like outperform the actor, you know? It's just like you just kind of read the lines.
The casting director goes, that was good, but we want the guys that you were line reading with instead to come.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't want that to happen, and it can be sometimes distracting too if someone. There have been times where the reader had to do both male and female roles, and if they switched their voices for some reason to match the gender, it sometimes is distracting, not only for the actor but for the people watching it. They're like, what the hell is that? You know?
Yeah.
So again, thank you guys for helping out. That was really fun, and you guys.
You could have just sent them a tape of your. You should have just sent them a tape of your time on, what was it, the White Coats? You're like, look, I already know how to play a doctor.
Yes. Exactly. I should have sent in some of this.
Do you have a demo reel?
I actually don't have a demo reel. I probably do have enough to make one, but there are so many projects that I did that were multiple episodes and stuff like that, and it got to a point where I didn't really want to filter through 30 episodes to find something. And it's all probably going to be in Cantonese too, so I don't know how much that would really help in a demo reel in Vancouver. But so on top of that, I had 3 more auditions, and one of them was an 8-pager. So I was pretty swamped until literally yesterday, because I had to submit it by yesterday.
8-pager. So is it a guest star role, recurring role, or
2 episodes of an 8-episode TV show.
Fuck, that's like a quarter of the series, man. That's huge.
Yeah.
Bruh.
But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But
knock on wood, break a leg, whatever you say.
Yeah, all the good stuff. All the good. So because like Hayden, sorry, Justin, I think we asked before, but have you also were you a part of the behind the camera process where you got to look at some casting videos or got to pick, I know Hayden, I'm sure you have.
Hayden never wanted my opinions on anything, but
right.
Something about bad poor taste. I don't know. I mean, for maybe school stuff, when we, in like I forget what class it was, when we'd shoot our own scenes and stuff, and but not so much casting. It was kind of already cast, but like being different roles on the production team, like AD and all that stuff.
Yeah. So because I know we were always told that, okay, if it's a shorter, maybe a 1 or 2 page audition, then yes, memorize it. There's not really an excuse to not memorize it. But when you have 2 days or 3 days to memorize 8 pages or something like that, it's not always necessary to memorize it. If you forget it, if you lose it, glance down at a cheat sheet or whatever and get back into the scene. You know, it doesn't really take away from the scene sometimes and stuff like that. But when you're shooting at home, you don't really have that sort of you can do as many takes as you want, right? So that also means there are probably ways you can cheat it, which I had to do because I was just so overwhelmed with different kinds of scripts. So Hayden, actually, I thought about you because I was like, there was one part of the audition where I had to make a speech, and it's maybe two pretty big paragraphs. It's like a wedding speech, and I just couldn't get it down because it was in the middle of the scene. And so I thought, oh, frick. Wait, Hayden had that teleprompter app.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
So I put up my iPad next to my phone when I record it as like an eye line. But if I usually have it there, you can see my eyes from the top of the page when I'm reading from the bottom of the page, right? It's so subtle, but you can see it. But with a teleprompter, it's all on the same level. So I'm like,
Nice.
huh. And I think hopefully it wasn't too distracting, but I only used it for a little bit, which.
So for that one, did you get somebody else to read the lines, like for you?
Yeah, it was only like 2 lines. So I had
Oh,
I had someone that came over to pick up something, just record really quickly.
Nice.
So again, thank you guys for helping me out.
Yeah,
that was nice.
Anytime. And listen, if you feel like my performance was maybe better than what it usually is, just let me know, and I'll make sure to get my proper prep in before each one.
Yeah, and read it at midnight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tired, sore from hockey.
So it was very fitting for the role of an old man who got hit in the head.
Yeah, it's funny because even like the last line, I was like, I feel like I'm reading this like somebody my age and not an old man. But you know, I'm not gonna put on an old man voice.
Yeah.
Speaking of old men.
Speaking of old man, this trio of people here welcome to the show, by the way, officially 15 minutes in, whatever it is. We got one young fella, we got one older fella, and we got one young at heart fella. So, but I'm not that much older than both of you. But I said
the fact
but
that
twice.
that comes with a disclaimer every time you talk about our ages, it just
It's because you like to
it sounds
inform
sus.
our listeners that I am so old. It'd be fun to go back in time of the show and make up a timeline of all the different eras you've placed me in for my age.
Listen,
See if people
you
can
place
figure it out.
yourself. You place yourself the most every time you bring up fucking books or a library. That's when you show your age.
Yes.
What age is that,
I
though?
agree.
I don't know. My parents are the only people I know who go to the library and read books.
So it might be a generational thing. Well, and then the new generational thing. Because if it's parents going, and then I think it's more like, you know, how vinyl collections and stuff is back in vogue. So it's like the new generation is also into books. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think it ever really died. See, I'm trying to convince you guys, and you're giving me that no. But so the question I wanted to bring to the table today, just to move things along, because I'm not that old, I'm not going to repeat myself thinking that I didn't say it already. But I don't want to repeat myself thinking that I already said it already. No, okay. Nah, fall completely flat on that one. I'm too smart for my own good. I've noticed. Not
That's an old man joke.
exactly.
That's a fucking
I got the dad jokes.
joke.
I'm not even the dad yet. So I know that targeted ads on social media are a thing based on what your internet searches are. But also sometimes things just pop up from conversations that you've had, or your phone or something has heard. Or I'm theorizing, hypothesizing that maybe it knows that I'm hitting a certain age, because you always have to put in, not always, but you got to put your age in when you sign up for certain things. Or I don't even know if you did when you created a YouTube account. I don't know. I'm going to say that it knows that I'm turning a certain age this year. 60, 50,
Okay.
40, 30,
Very
20.
good.
How old?
Very good.
But it's starting to, it's like, if you're experiencing like hair loss, instead of having to pay $50,000 for a hair transplant, you could just go to, discreetly talk to your doctor through whatever it is, like phoenix.ca or some nonsense.
I've seen Phoenix.
Yeah. And they do a whole bunch of other things, but I get the hair one the most. And I'm like, I got plenty of hair, folks. If you ever see the video, I got lots of hair. It's not even going grey yet, which I'm thankful for. But I'm like, why do I keep getting these ads for like old man stuff? I'm like, I'm not that old. So I posed the question to you guys, and you're like, oh, I don't really see that kind of stuff on on my feed. I'm like, fuck, I'm not that much older.
Bro,
Just wait.
You're fucking old.
Just
You're
wait.
You're old, dude. You're old, man.
Yeah.
So what I did was I did a bunch of research on, I got the old BuzzFeed thing that asked people like 20 things on when you realized you were turning old. And then I randomly obviously my phone knew what I was looking up. So an article popped up that was like, scientists have discovered exactly when we become old, which is an interesting one. Yeah.
Is there a quiz?
No, it was like actual research done. They didn't do no quiz for the reader. And then there was another one I saw where it was like, we become our parents at 36 or something, or 38, where we, without even trying, we suddenly take on the mannerisms and the whatever else is of our parents, regardless of how hard we try to not be like them. And I was like, I don't know how true that one is. But anyway, before I go into some of the things that I discovered, I wanted to ask you guys if you had seen any of these. And if you just say no, well then I'm going to make you ask. I'm going to make you say more to fill in the dead space. Justin, as the second youngest.
No. No. But when you were talking about this thing, I was curious about that one article you said that talked about it can tell you exactly when you're old or when old
age starts.
Because no, I don't see anything like that in my ads, to be honest. I mean, I know like when you set up a Google account, you put your age in, your birth year, and I know people can lie about that, but like, whatever. If you put your right one in, so anytime you log in like to Chrome or Google account or go on the internet or sign into anything with the Google account, it automatically has all your information. So I just think that, the internet knows you're fucking old, and so it's trying to help you. And I wouldn't look at it as a bad thing, Hayden. I'd look at it as an opportunity, because, circle of truth, like, I'm worried about you.
Yeah.
Like, you're 40 now.
Not yet.
Okay, whatever. And like, I want to make sure that you're going to go in and get the finger, because it's very important, because the best defense is early detection of prostate cancer, which is so common in men. And I'm willing, if that's uncomfortable for you,
to be the one that does it.
We could do a trial run.
Trial run. I thought you were going to say you're going to be there side by side with me. Go team
I would do that
Chummy
too. Listen,
Thumbs.
I've been trying to get my doctor to do it for the last 8 years. And she's like, it's not necessary. We could just do blood work now, and you're too young. And I said, I know, but I'm nervous about blood work. So anyways, that's a whole nother story.
You'd rather have the
I don't see
instead of a needle.
Yeah. You'd rather a finger than a needle?
No, you would rather that.
Yeah. Don't judge.
No, I was just clarifying, because you said you had a fear of blood work, and I was like, are you phobia?
I mean, that's
of
just
needles?
what I tell my doctor. I don't really have a fear of needles or blood work, but
it's because there's a woman doctor, right?
potato, potato.
Potato, potato.
Yep.
Potato, potato. Tomato, tomato. That one I'm actually
But-
not too worried about. And I didn't know it was 40. I thought it was like 45. Have they lowered it to 40? I didn't even know that.
Maybe it was 40. It's a big 4-0.
Yeah. I'm not too fussed about that one. I am, because I've known that for a long time in Australia, apart from, as sad as it is, suicide being the highest killer of men in the country. The next one is prostate cancer. So I'm very aware of that. And that brings me to another thing. It's not necessarily the ads that I'm not annoyed at. I just was like, why am I starting to get these? It's more the fact that people my age, i.e. the folks that I grew up with, and this might come down to like a Peter Pan complex kind of thing, where you don't want to grow up. You want to perpetually feel like you're younger than you are. Side note, I think my dad and all of his friends are that exact thing. You hang out with those fellas, they will not act like they're 60, 65 years old until the next...
Does your dad read?
Does my dad read?
Go to like the library and stuff? Or is that more you?
No, he's saying he doesn't do old people stuff.
He doesn't do old people
Right.
stuff.
Right. So just
He rides
for-
motorcycles and fucks hookers.
So you're not
Been
like
happily
you're-
married for 20 years to my stepmom.
So what does that have to do with anything? What are you talking about here?
So
And
is that
no,
why you don't agree? Is that why you don't agree with that saying where it says you're in your 30 something you turn like your parents because they aren't like you?
my stepdad is
They
a
do
teacher.
fun things.
Yeah, they do fun
Yeah.
things. No, that was something I'd read. I didn't say I agreed with that.
Yeah.
I was just saying, what was I saying? That I'm senile. The thing that I hate seeing is people that are in their 30s saying, "Oh, what was it? I saw one the other day. I think my stepsister actually shared it on Reels, but it was that song. What is it? To the window, to the wall.
Oh yeah,
Sure, classic.
yeah. Till the sweat drips down my balls. Oh, these bitches crawl. Oh, skeet skeet, motherfucker. Oh, skeet skeet. Goddamn. Window to the wall.
So it was that song, and I was like, these knees are not the same knees that windowed to the wall. So I'm like, what? You're
What
only
are
in
you
your...
fucking talking about?
I
is
didn't say
happening?
this. I didn't say this. This is what the
what
real was.
knees?
Exactly. Their dancing knees when that song came out are not the same knees that they feel listening to the song now. And they're only in their
Right.
30s.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like, I'm like,
Yeah,
you're
I get
only 30. You're not busted and broken like a quote unquote older person. But I see that everywhere. Everyone's like,
Bro, I'm
"Oh,
fucking. That's why I'm starting a new job, because my body is broken. My knees
Yeah.
are broken. I'm seeing specialists for my knees because they're broken, and it's been like that since I was in my early 20s. That also is because I have a family history of shit. But
I wasn't
think-
going to say that. I was going to say,
But
disclaimer, your job is what had you on your hands and knees or in tight spaces a lot, wasn't it? So you're more likely to be worn down from that. Those types
Yes.
of jobs, I get why they're
Listeners
broken.
are very curious as to what Justin
it
does
didn't help.
now.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna leave it out there because I'm starting a new one on the 7th. So we'll just let them wonder.
What?
But yes,
Hands
it did
and
involve
knees.
tight spaces and being on my hands and knees a lot. So
I'm no longer turning tricks. I am now the pimp.
yeah. No, and dude, okay. This was not knee related. This is age related. I was standing in line. I was next in line at a counter. I think I was at the counter, and I had a sneeze. So I turned, I sneezed, but try to like hold it in, and like shooting, like it's like a pop in my like kind of back, neck, shoulder, and then like shooting numbness down my body. All I did was turn my head and sneeze.
You pinched a
That
nerve
was it.
doing that.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. People are like, well, I had a friend, the ex-husband of another friend, he literally slept wrong and slipped a disc woke up, I'm like, I thought that was just like written in comedies, you know. It's like this happened. I slipped my disc because I slept wrong, or I sneezed wrong. You know, what is the sneeze and fart at the same time? The what's it called? The human screenshot.
What are these things you're saying today,
What is
Hayden?
happening today?
You clearly don't spend as much time doom scrolling as I do at certain times.
I'm sorry. What's the saying again?
A human screenshot when you sneeze and fart at the same time.
Okay.
I don't get it. You get it, Shao?
Because no, I'm trying to visualize what I see in my head when you say a human screenshot.
Yeah, I've seen it multiple times.
Oh, it's because when you double tap the screen or you push the two buttons at the same time.
Yeah, and it flashes the whole screen. So I guess it's a double explosion. Ugh! Did I just reset my body?
Okay, sure.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever sneezed and farted at the same time? I think I want to try it sometime.
I know. Now
that would
I'm
be so
curious.
hard to line up.
It's kind of like when you have hiccups and then people say that if you want to get rid of them, you have to swallow the same time you hiccup, so it has like a weird like croaking thing in your throat and kind of pushes it back. Has that happened to you guys? It happens sometimes randomly, you know, by fluke, and when you try to do it, it never lines up because hiccups are so random.
And hiccups too is your diaphragm that's fucking out of sorts, and it keeps like flexing, and that's what makes you hiccup. So I don't know how doing something like that would solve your diaphragm, right? The little muscle that's under your lungs that moves so that you can inhale and exhale.
Yeah.
So I think it's that spasming out, and that's what causes the hiccups. That's why I think they say like if somebody scares you, because then it's like, you know, maybe that jerking and
jolts it. Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, that's an old wives' tale.
Scaring hiccups out of you.
Do you guys remember any specific things that people told you besides, you know, getting spooked or scared when you have hiccups? I remember for the longest time it worked that after the first hiccup, I think it's a placebo thing or a mind trick thing, but someone told me that after the first hiccup, immediately to have your index and thumbs touch on both hands and hold it, and then it'll go away. And literally for the longest time, I think for years, it actually worked. And then one day it didn't for me. And then that's all.
Yeah, I've heard ones like you go upside down and drink water.
Yeah.
That's one I heard.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? Since we're talking about old wives' tales, why don't we play a game?
Let's.
We'll come back to that, Hayden. Come back to the old man stuff.
And we've moved on to old wives stuff.
Well, just because it kind of naturally came up, and I just so happened to have a little game that's already loaded that I don't know why I came up with it, I guess. Did we talk about old wives' tales at all at some point? Or maybe I just thought of it. Anyways, I got a list of old wives' tales. Some true, some false, some kind of true. And so I'm going to read it off to you. And then you guys got to tell me if it's true or false. Okay, play along at home.
Okay.
Is it the whore's mouth sort of thing, but different?
Sort of. You just say true or false.
Okay.
Daddy longlegs are the most poisonous spiders, but their mouths are too small to bite humans. Have you heard this one? First of all, have you heard this one?
I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah.
But that's false.
False, yeah.
Right.
I think it's a half false.
They aren't especially venomous, and some can bite, though it's harmless.
Yes.
Oh, it's not even poisonous.
Going outside with wet hair will make you catch a cold. Have you heard this one?
Yes. I'll say it's false.
That's correct, because colds are caused by
viruses,
not wet hair or cold temperatures. Eating carrots will improve your eyesight. Have you heard this one?
Yes.
These are classic, right?
Yes.
I think
carotene. I don't know if it'll improve it. If you're losing your vision or something like that, you're starting to see blurry things. I don't think eating carrots will fix that.
Bring it back.
I will say it's I'll say it's false.
I agree with Shao that it won't bring it back, but I'm gonna say it's true in terms of the fact whatever the that's in it is good for eye health care.
Yeah, I heard that about blueberries
So
too.
this is a half true one because
Mm.
carrots have vitamin A, which is good for eye health. Hayden nailed it. But yes, they won't improve vision unless you're deficient. So if you're like really
Right.
deficient in vitamin A or something, and then you're eating a bunch of carrots, then that can help. Cracking your knuckles causes arthritis.
False.
False.
Have you heard
yeah.
this one? Well, that was quick. Yeah, yeah. It may annoy others, but studies show no link to arthritis.
Yeah, there's that one guy who dedicated his life cracking one side of his knuckle just to prove that it doesn't.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's like
Turns out he got
it's like an
arthritis in
18
the
year
other.
like yeah, it's like an 18-year thing that he did or something, or whatever, how long it was.
That
but
just
yeah.
reminds me. There's this kid that I saw on. It must have been TikTok or something. He only worked one lat. It's got nothing to do with arthritis or old wives' tale. He only worked like one muscle, just to watch it grow.
The trap one?
Yeah, the trap one.
Yeah, I saw that. It's
Yeah.
disturbing. It's so weird looking.
And he's just like, it looks like a hunchback, but it's literally just one muscle.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It looks so weird.
continue.
Hit me
Justin.
with more, Justin.
Hit me with
Chicken
your best
soup-
shot. Sorry.
Chicken soup helps cure colds.
Okay. I think this is a half truth. There are things in bone broth or bone kind of stock that is good for you that can maybe help fend off some other. I don't know, but I think it's a half truth to it. It just became like a comfort thing. It's something you want. It's nice to consume when you're under the weather.
So nice to consume.
Right?
Did I guys tell you about my business idea? Not blorts.
No, not blorts. Okay.
It came up again last night. I actually have my first spokesperson for it. There's a girl who's, Stevens, Mark,
Yeah.
and Ashley,
Hockey.
their daughter. They must have told her about it, but they said she's brought it up a number of times, or people have made comments, and she's like, you know what would be good right now? Blorts. And I was like, I gotta sign this girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hayden, true, false, kind of true. Chicken. Oh, my idea though. Okay, so yeah. Well, before you answer, it's called chicken noodle soup with Zeds because it's got the medication in it that they put in like nighttime Tylenol and stuff and NyQuil, but that is in the broth. So you get that chicken noodle soup, but you also get that chicken noodle soup. I'm fucking telling you.
Nice.
Don't, listeners. I know
We'll
we
know.
Don't
We'll
steal it.
know if we
We'll
start
know.
seeing at Say One Foods, frickin'
Chicken
Say it.
noodle
CNZs.
soup.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We'll know.
CNZs.
We'll know.
Hayden, true, false, kind of true. Chicken noodle
False.
soup helps cure colds.
False. Straight comfort.
It's kind of true. It doesn't cure you, but it can soothe symptoms and has mild anti-inflammatory effects. So there you go, people. Have your chicken noodle soup.
I'm so glad you didn't say that it had neocitrin in it, because I'd be like,
No, there'd be the active sleeping ingredient in it.
I'm
You'll
gonna
be our
hallucinate.
test- you'll
I'm
be our
gonna
test pilot.
hallucinate on the chicken soup, chicken noodle
Yeah.
soup.
Well, there's extra strength CNZs. Being
Extra
Yeah,
strength.
and then we'll get there'll be a natural one, natural chicken noodle soup, which will just have THC in it.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Perfect.
keep that away from your kids. Speaking of kids, this is something I heard a lot as a child. If you swallow gum, it stays in your stomach for 7 years.
I heard that a lot too. I will say it's because I always think that your acid in your stomach can kind of dissolve a lot, but I think it'll bypass the stomach and I don't think 7 years. There's no way 7 years. There's no way. I'll say false.
I'm gonna agree with Shao. I don't think it sits in your stomach. I think it doesn't dissolve like corn. It'll just sit there and then pass out through the other side. So false.
That is correct. Gum passes through your digestive system just like other things, though it's not digestible. So you boys were right. It's funny, hey, like, and I'm sure you guys listening at home have heard some of these, if not all of them too, because they're very common. And it's crazy just how these things, it's
Yeah.
like the old conspiracy theories.
It's a good thing
Okay.
you don't human body screenshot and blow a gum bubble on the way out.
I kind of wish.
I fucking would love to see that.
It's so
and then you
good.
get the lighter, so when the bubble pops, it's like a blue.
Blue bubble angel.
Yeah, there's gotta be a better name for that.
Yeah.
Hayden, you're really good at this stuff. What would be a great name for a bubble gum blue angel?
I don't even know the term blue angel, but I'm gonna say gum blower. No, I got nothing.
We're gonna go with it. The gum blower.
The gum blower.
The gum
The
blower.
gum blower.
What's a blue angel? Explain that one to me.
It's when you light your fart on fire.
But does it like
You have a
look like
lighter, lighter next to your butthole, and you fart. There's a scene in Dumb and Dumber where he does that, and then it just.
Yeah.
Also, we talked about this on a very early episode because we talked about
we?
if you and I had ever done it.
Yeah, I've done it, and I singed my butt hairs, and it was it was horrible. Anyway,
That would have been
sorry,
a
go
lovely
on.
smell.
So nice. Now this one, here we go. Sugar makes kids hyper.
Okay, I think I've read that it's not entirely true, but then it doesn't make sense to me because when I see my nephew eat candy, I think they just associate getting candy with as a good thing, so they get hyper when they have it. But I don't think sugar makes them actually hyper like that, though.
Not like
I think it's a
Rotten
half true. I mean, I'll say half true.
I'm gonna say it's a false. It's not so much that it makes them hyper; it just spikes their blood sugars, so they have a hit of energy, and then kind of like the red cordial thing, red, whatever you call it here, red juice.
Yes.
Do you have cordial here? Is that a thing?
You're
I have
saying
never
some
seen it.
weird
Are
shit
you talking
today,
about like
man.
Ribena or something? Like,
No. So
Red dye number 3.
that's banned. Yeah, it's banned.
in Australia, you can go to the grocery store and they'll have like big 2-liter jugs of basically syrup,
Yeah.
and you fill a jug like with this much of it, and then the rest with water, and it's called cordial. As you know, like what you have on the side of when you're playing sports at halftime, that kind of Gatorade mix. They don't sell it here. Or if you ever go to a nightclub and you have a cocktail with some red mix in it, it's literally that stuff, but you can just drink it normally. So when I say red cordial, it's literally just red flavored water. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've never heard of that here. But you are correct, Hayden. It is false. Multiple studies show sugar doesn't significantly affect children's behavior. But I'm with you, Shao, because, man, when my kids, like, they get wild. And so that I think you bring up a very good point. Like, it's just very exciting to get candy and sugar and marshmallows. And then, of course, you get that energy from the sugars. Moving along, you should pee on a jellyfish sting.
False. I've heard that. They've used it in several shows, including Friends, when someone got stung at the beach. Can't remember who it was. I think Monica got stung or something like that, and someone had to pee. But I think that I read that the best thing to do is to actually not pee, because something to do with the pH, I think. And maybe just use some vinegar or something, or more ocean water or something to rinse it out. I can't remember, but I'll say it's false.
I'm going to agree. False. For the longest time, I thought it was a real thing, yeah, because of the pH level, like neutralizes the sting. But I think Mythbusters or someone disproved it. But who knows? Maybe Justin will disprove the disproved.
No, you guys are both correct. It is false. And Shao, you kind of hit the nail on the head. Peeing on it can actually make the pain worse. Vinegar is better for some stings. So very good. Okay. Nice. A spoonful of honey can soothe a sore throat.
Okay, I think that's our first true one. Would you agree, Hayden? Well, coming from someone who consumes tea and probably honey, and you have your non-gym bullshit. That I shouldn't say bullshit, because actually that's where, you're all that stuff.
Golden throat.
You should be the throat goat and know all this stuff.
Depends on the type of honey, but I'm going to say true. if it's Manuka honey, which actually has those extra healing properties in it.
Okay, just hey, Justin, what is it? Just
Oh
what
my
is it?
God.
Good God.
I just want a true or false, Hayden. That's it.
Well, it would be true if it's that type of honey. If it's not that type of honey, it's literally just soothing it. It's not actually doing anything antibacterially.
Right. So would you say you're on the fence with this? It kind of
No, I
depends
said
on
I'm
that.
true. I said it's true if it's a specific
guys-
type of honey.
You guys are correct. It is true. Honey coats the throat and has antimicrobial properties. Microbes.
Microbes on your throat
okay.
toes.
Shaving makes hair grow back thicker and darker.
False.
False.
Shao's been trying
looks-
to get a fucking beard for years. He's
Yeah.
shaves
Trust
that
me.
shit.
Trust me, it's false.
It is false. Shaved hair feels blunt at the tip, which can make it seem thicker.
Yes.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
I feel like this one. I mean, no. If you eat an apple a day, it doesn't mean you're never gonna go to the doctors or ever get sick. But it's probably good for you. Fiber. I'll say it's a half true, but in terms of the actual saying, no, it's false.
I'm gonna say true because of it's like Shao said, but it's not gonna not make you not go to the doctor, if that makes sense. I should stop saying that line because you guys always go, no, it doesn't, and move on.
You didn't give us time.
It'll help
yeah,
you not go to the doctor.
It is true-ish, and you guys are both right. Because I mean, if you break your arm or something, you're gonna go see the doctor.
Give me an
You know,
apple.
like, but I had an apple today.
Did it make my bones stronger?
And
And if
actually,
you eat
Hayden,
if you eat a rotten apple, then who
Yep.
knows what happens.
you might go there.
Might go there.
Apples are high in fiber and antioxidants, which contribute to overall health, though they're not a magic shield. So yes,
So,
of course, they don't make
Shao,
you invincible.
You didn't have an apple today, then, did you?
I did not have an apple. We don't have apples in our household that much. We have more so bananas for.
Ugh, fucking gross.
I'm not a big.
How do you really?
I
Bananas
have
are so nasty.
My banana window of what I will eat is so small that it's like if I see one speck of brown, I start to not want to eat it anymore.
So no green, no brown. You're just 100% yellow through. and
I
through.
like a little bit of green. I like it when it's less sweet and firm, but that's just my preference. Yeah, and I know
Right.
there's different stages of bananas have different benefits or whatever, but I just like mine a little less ripe.
So,
Yes, Hayden.
I'm going to cut you off on your game, Justin, because that was one of my points that I wanted to bring up about
Okay.
getting old. Was that you
Hayden
notice
likes it when they're brown because they're easier to chew with his.
I like to make them into banana bread
He
when
just
they go
puts a
brown.
straw. He just puts a straw in a banana.
You know, breathing through a straw is good for your lung health.
my time getting dentures.
Yeah, Hayden mostly eats mush.
Yeah.
I love my
go ahead.
food ninja. Just food process everything and drink it. Straight through the entire system.
Do you actually have a Ninja, by the way? Because I have a friend who's looking for a food processor mixer and was wondering if Ninjas are good.
All of our kitchen stuff is ninja. It's the shit. It's so good.
And
The
it's
coffee-
lasted a while.
Yeah.
Just careful with the blades on the blender because they're fucking deadly.
Okay.
Like they're
You're
really
supposed to
good,
wait
but
till it
they're very
stops
sharp.
spinning before you try to take it out.
I know, but that takes away from the fun of
yeah, the-
family game night.
It's called a
Roll the dice. What do you got? Oh, you got the hands in the
it's called
panda
Ninja
today.
for a reason. You have to be like ninja, like quick with it.
Wow.
Come on, James, your turn.
Yeah,
Get those goalie reflexes.
that's right.
yeah.
But yes, you can cut my game off. What did you have to say about?
I already said it, and then you went off about sucking bananas through a straw. I was just saying one of the things that this article I read was like, how do you know when you're getting older? Is that when you notice how much your diet has changed and not by choice. It's more like Shao has these preferences, or you can only eat certain things because your body doesn't metabolize or doesn't digest them as well as it used to as a kid. You couldn't have as much sugar as you once did, and
On that note, I'm just because that's fully what I do. I'm very cautious and conscious of what I put in my body now because I've had in my 30s. I've had more digestive issues and more things develop in terms of health where some things kind of suck, meaning that I developed lactose intolerance when I was maybe close to 20. I get really bloated with certain types of beer now. So mostly I only drink lagers, which takes away my pale ale and IPA consumption.
Oh, fuck.
Not missing
You
out on
should be
anything.
thanking your body for that. IPA is shite, man.
Oof, I can have a good IPA from time to time, but I'm just curious. My question for you guys is, can you guys think of what you guys used to get at McDonald's, or sorry, Macca's,
Mackie Dwans.
Mickey
Mackie
Dwans.
Dwans back in the day versus now? Is it different?
McDicks?
Because for me, it's definitely different. It's a little less. Whereas before, I would get. I used to back when they had a big extra. I really liked the big extra. I'd get that quote unquote supersized, which is just large. And then on top of that, I'll get 2 double cheeseburgers and a 6-piece nuggies. Now I don't do that much.
Yeah.
I only usually get like 1 meal and maybe 6-piece nuggies. So it's definitely gone down quantity. You guys?
I've found
For
that
me, go ahead. Ed.
Justin can go first. You go first, man.
I tried to give you time. I was like,
I
like,
came in and
Mississippi's
you
in my head.
still cut me off after I'd already
I
come
know,
in.
because I was like, bro, come on, get in here, jump in here. I'm giving you space.
Hey, you
It's
didn't.
my fault. I should have said, Hayden, what do you think?
I still answered first, and then you still cut me off. My politeness, Justin. You can go first.
Okay, so
No, by the way,
I
I like to have.
what?
Go.
He's going.
Um,
I like it. I like it.
So listen, I do it. I wouldn't. I can't. I'm the same. I started developing digestive problems big time in my 20s, and like I won't even go out to a friend's place for dinner. I'll take 2 Imodiums before I go, because like food just does it, and especially because when I started developing these problems and I didn't really know what it was at first, so then it would make me very anxious to eat because I would be like, oh my God, I'm gonna have diarrhea. And then so it didn't matter what I ate. Like if I was at home or something, I could be fine. But if I had the same thing at a friend's or out, I'd be like, oh, is it okay if I use your bathroom upstairs? Because I don't want to use the powder room right next to your kitchen and living room where everybody's sitting.
Yeah.
So it'd be very like uncomfortable. But I think a lot of that was maybe triggered by the anxiety of not knowing if. So now I just always I prepare myself if I go out, but I just pick and choose. So like if I know I'm coming home, like I wouldn't be like out and about and like, oh, let's stop and get some McDonald's and then go about the day. Because when I go, I like my goal when I go to McDonald's or Wendy's or anything like that is I want a PMC after. I want a post McDonald's coma. Like I fucking Big Mac meal, 2 double hamburgers, large size, and then if the kids have something left over, I might get into that. Same with Wendy's. I'll get a big burger with 2 JBCs on the side, large fries, large drink. I recently switched because I really like fries on the double hamburgers at McDonald's or the JBCs at Wendy's. I don't do fries on the big burgers, but I put the fries on the small burgers. So good. Recommend it if you haven't done it, people.
Yeah, for sure.
But sometimes I'd switch from getting like 2 double hams on the side. Like I like a little bit of spice, so I'd get at McDonald's like the spicy, like the Big Mac meal with like 2 spicy habanero McChickens. So, but yeah, I'm like a three burger, large fries, large drink guy, and then it's like,
Well done.
and then I am comatose for a bit, and then I kind of stay a bit away from the spicy because while it's nice and hot going in, it's also 10 times hotter coming out, and I don't like that.
Yes.
But I do like spicy food, so I kind of have to pick and choose when I want to do that. But yeah, no, so I would say what I get has not changed, but the frequency,
the aftermath,
the situation I'm in, like I said, I'll only do it if I know I'm coming home, or I'm eating it at home or something. I'm not going out after.
Mm-hmm. Hey, for some reason I don't see you as much of a fast food guy. I could be wrong.
He's
But
probably like a Jugo juice guy or something, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Like he'll go
something
get a
like that.
blended fucking wheatgrass smoothie with extra
Yeah.
old brown bananas. Like, don't
If
even
if
worry about
BC
blending
had,
up the bananas.
I'll just drink it through a straw.
I mean, I feel
Swallow
like
it whole
if
like a
BC had
duck.
Erewhon, I think Hayden would always be an Erewhon, which
What
is
is
like
that?
that. It's famously one of the most expensive grocery stores in LA, where everything is like a cookie is like $15 or something like that. You know what I mean?
Like
It's
Whole
all
Foods.
health conscious.
Oh,
stuff.
it's all fucking bullshit.
No,
Anyways,
see,
Hayden,
Yeah, Hayden, what did you did? First of all, do you eat macas? And two, what did you used to get?
so Macca's is my go-to fast food, and I still eat the exact same thing I did as a teenager.
hell yeah, baby.
Wait, hold on. Can we like? Okay, Justin. Okay. What do we think this is?
Well, wait a minute. This okay.
And I do
Would
have
they
to
have it on
preface
the
it.
menu here? Because otherwise we have to.
That's true. True.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Australian
no,
menu.
exactly the same menu. They don't have the McOz here. They did for like Taste of the World, but
The Mc what?
the McOz, it's the greatest
Is it
burger.
like fresh kangaroo.
No, it's an all beef Angus burger patty, but it has beetroot on it. And you guys don't put beetroot on anything here because
No,
you
why
guys
the
think
hell
it's
would we
disgusting.
make something worse?
Why? Wait, hold on. Why? What? Like, is this shredded beets or?
No,
is
no,
it
no. It's usually like a full if you sliced up a tomato, you slice up a pickled beet like that and then put it on.
Okay, and how thick is this beet?
Like a tomato slice, like whatever that is.
Okay, so instead of a tomato, it's a beet.
And it'll have tomato, lettuce, cheese, beetroot, onion, whatever fancy sauce they put on the McOz, and then the Angus beef, which is top grade. It's better than your Canadian beef.
Well, I'm not even gonna. I know you're trying to bait me, but it's not even. It's like it doesn't even compare. I have a buddy who really gets upset when people say Angus beef, or when he sees it advertised in stores like Angus beef, because he's like, fucking Angus cow is just a black cow. He's like, it's just a black.
I don't
cow.
know.
Like, what?
I mean, I'm sure Alex would tell me the same because she was the butcher in the family. She'd probably tell me the same. It's
I mean,
about
I
whether
don't
or
know,
not
but
it's
they do say-
grass fed, grass finished, or grain fed, grain finished. You know, that type of thing.
So
Anyway,
I don't
okay, so
believe
let's
that
guess
you
his.
only.
He's- he's
I don't believe you only got the McOz.
No, and they don't have that here. It's on the menu.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here's where my head goes. Shao.
Okay.
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 Hayden likes to think of himself as an athlete, although everybody kind of knows,
that I am one.
you know. But so I could see him going more for like a chicken, like the
I
protein.
was gonna say
the
there's
chicken.
gonna be chicken in there.
Yeah, like a. And the thing is, do you go crispy or grilled? Like, you don't fucking go to McDonald's for a grilled chicken.
No.
You
no,
know, like give me the deep fried crispy chicken.
Yeah, like a McChicken.
Yeah.
McChicken with.
No, but not even McChicken. I think crispy chicken.
Oh,
Although
okay,
He
okay,
is nodding
okay.
at McChicken. So let's go back to McChicken because he's giving us cues. So
Okay, and what drink do you think he? If he fucking says he subs it for apple juice or something, I'm fucking leaving this podcast
no,
right now.
no.
Okay.
No.
He's a Coca-Cola guy all the way. Coke products.
Oh,
he
Coca-
likes
yeah,
Sprite.
Coke,
So
Coke,
Sprite.
Coke. I think Sprite is more up his alley.
Yeah.
So we have the
McChicken.
crispy or McChicken with a side of fries. I don't think he upsizes it. He will have the Sprite. And do you think he adds anything on like an extra?
Yeah, he's
He must.
one burger for Hayden's not enough. The guy's, pumps iron like he's Arnie. So I don't know if you'd go another burger or if you do maybe like nuggets. I
I'm
think
leaning with nuggets. I'm leaning into nuggets, but if you go to McDonald's and only has chicken products, I don't know either. But it's
It is true. But what's a burger? I mean, maybe he gets just like a standard. Maybe he goes
Like a
for like
quarter
a Big Mac or a
yeah. I was
quarter
gonna Big
pounder.
Mac a quarter P.
Let's go Big Mac. I want to go Big Mac.
Okay,
because
okay. Let's do
Big
Big
Macs
Mac.
are so good.
Okay, so let's do Big Mac, Sprite, fries with how many pieces of nuggets?
No, McChicken. McChicken.
Oh, so you want two
Yeah,
burgers.
McChicken. Yeah, I don't think you'd go McChicken and nuggets. I think you'd do like McChicken and like a Big Mac or McChicken and a
Oh, I
quarter.
see. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So two burgers.
2 burgers. Do you think he swaps out the fries for a garden salad?
Or apple slices? You know what I mean?
No. Okay.
Oh.
McChicken, Big Mac, Sprite, fries. None of it supersized.
Okay.
You want to
I'm
lock it
happy with
in?
that. Lock it in.
Let's lock it in.
You are very, very, very close. Like
boy.
extremely close.
Oh boy.
And I'm not sad about this at all. I've often said how vanilla I am at certain things. I'm a man of comfort. And just to preface this, because I like to talk. Shao, you can switch off. You can go to sleep. Because you guys both talked about how your bodies had changed and you had to adapt or not. Certain things that you keep. Anyway, so I've noticed as I've gotten older, I'm not as small in weight as I used to be. And I've accepted that that's a thing for aging. You get heavier. And I noticed that the heavier I got, I couldn't eat the same amount of food that I used to as a young man because I wasn't as active and whatnot. But since I started this new job, I've gotten way more active, so I can consume calories like no one's business again. But I still have to be very conscious of certain things if there's too much sugar in them, because it'll kick off the acid reflux. Of all fast food chains, McDonald's is the only one that does not trigger any issues with my body. It's so weird. It's like I've had it so long in my life. It's the only one that my body's like, yeah, this is normal food for your diet. Good on you. That said, yes, I will, if I am super hungry, get a Big Mac meal. But I will large size it. Large fries, medium drink. I'll only upsize the fries because I don't want too much
I do that too.
I was going to say, I'm usually the same, actually. I don't get the large drink.
Now, the drink choice is...
In Australia, it was Fanta, but the Fanta here is different.
Are we going to get into that right now?
Yeah. No, the Fanta here is different, so I don't get it. So it's a Sprite.
Fanta?
Fanta?
Okay, Sprite.
Fanta want?
Sprite.
I want a Fanta.
Sprite.
Sprite.
Okay, we got that.
It was root beer for a little bit, but like I said last episode, I kind of have gotten over the novelty of root beer. So it's a Sprite or a Coke Zero because of the flavors. And yes, it is a McChicken burger will be the majority. I picked that as the second one, and I will get extra McChicken sauce on it.
Yes, okay, sure.
Because I never put enough on them.
So we just got the large fries wrong.
Yeah, that's why I was like, you are so close.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's
now,
pretty good.
I think
last
Hayden
night,
should treat us to McDonald's because of that. That's how good we are.
Sure.
Yeah, next time we're all together.
Let's put a vote to it. Okay.
All right, so look, I know we are running low on time for this episode, but I've been wanting to talk to you guys about procrastinating. And
before you go down that road, I didn't even get to finish some of the things that I read about.
Oh, true.
If you let me really quickly.
No, you're right. We'll do it next week. I'll do it next week.
Do it next week.
Okay.
We'll
procrastinate.
See if we can slip it in. Yeah.
So very quickly, you did ask earlier in the episode what that scientific thing was that I read, and it super quick. Scientists did a study between 18 and 95-year-olds. They did like 4,000 people, and they found that the age that we are officially considered old age is 78, and it's not due.
I was gonna say, can we guess?
Oh, sorry.
We take the fun out of it.
I was doing it quick. I was doing it quick.
It's actually older than
I will say.
I was gonna guess a lot younger.
Yeah,
I was gonna guess younger.
Same.
Yeah.
And it's got nothing to do with how we take care of our bodies. It's to do with, you can try and guess this. What has it actually got to do with? What inside of our bodies would make us age?
Heart.
Close. Our blood.
Lungs. Blood.
Blood.
So
yeah, blood.
Blood. Good. The plasma in our blood hits certain points in your life where it will significantly change. So when they hit 78, they're in this sample study, they noticed everybody was hitting the same old age point. So from that age onwards, nothing changes in your blood. So they're like, that's old age, starts there. And your outward appearance is based entirely on your life choices or your DNA. So
does that mean people can technically continue to give their blood until they're 78?
I don't know. I guess so. I have not even thought about it, but I didn't go on that far. But anyway, just to rattle off some real things that I found real quick. And you can say whether or not you are the same or not. Just like Justin's old wives' tales or, let's see this. So I found an article and it was, you didn't realize you were getting old until you thought this. Old man shit. I've been enjoying nature more.
Yep, I have. My garden. I love my garden.
Yep, same. Coming out here to the boonies and not being surrounded by any people. I do love my big cities, but it's great to just step out here and hear nothing but nature. Next one. When you start realizing that the things your brain thought happened only a few years ago actually happened decades ago.
Oh yeah, you see things on social media saying that Inside Out came out 10 years ago. I'm like, what? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or the people like
I do have that. I do get that too. Yeah.
people like, 30 years ago was the 70s. Like, no, 30 years ago was the 90s now.
Yeah.
It's always kind of funny, like, with film, it's like Back to the Future was set in 1985 and he went back in time to the 50s. So if that film was made today, he would be going back in time into the 90s. It's only going back 30 years. And you'd be like, that wouldn't seem that far back. Anywho, next one. FOMO has completely become a thing of the past. You really couldn't care less if you miss out on something fun anymore.
Less so. I will say it's not entirely gone, but it's definitely less.
You're just
yeah,
more of
100%.
I'd rather cancel the plan than
Correct.
Yeah.
going out on a Friday and a Saturday feels like more of a hassle than it is fun.
God.
That doesn't happen anymore. That doesn't happen
Hate it.
anymore. No.
The old double
Man, if I have to
headers.
go out on one of those days, it's
You're like, ugh. Remembering complaining about things of what things used to cost compared to now.
Well,
Like, I hear this
yeah.
one all the time doing my job. People go, oh, the Costa Pop used to be only $3 for 12. Now it's $9 to $10 for 12. I'm never shopping here again. And then you see them grab it anyway. I get it.
I think
I
about
literally-
that sometimes. Times are hard.
Yeah. Well, literally, just as an economic thing, in the last 12 months, prices of those 12 packs have gone up like $2 in just 12 months. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, the topics of conversation have changed from gossip to more like, what meds are you on? What are you doing so that you don't feel broken when you wake up in the morning? Stuff like that.
Yep, I do notice that. Yes, that has happened.
So, according to BuzzFeed, we're all starting to get a little bit old. But I think it's more that we're preemptively changing our ways so that we are prepared when we do get older, dietary things, exercise things. Like, I will still sit on the ground every night, cross-legged, stretch or whatnot, because I don't want to be that old guy that can't get up off the ground without going, oh, crack, my back. Oh, I'm
Bruh.
good.
I should
I'm
probably
already
do
doing
more.
that.
I should probably.
Already doing that. Grunting and groaning, just
I
getting
will
up.
say that though, you chose a sport that is much more demanding on your body than like sports that I play. So you probably, I don't even know if your league is full contact. I'm sure it is. Yes,
no, it's supposed to be no contact, but
but still, I get it. I
It's a gray
rag on,
area.
I mean,
I
there's no
rag on you
body
guys.
checking. Yeah, there's
I
no
do
body
rag on
checking.
you guys about hockey, but it is still a very athletic, taxing sport. I will give you that. But
That's fine.
It is. Do you want to know what this podcast and FOMO has in common?
yes,
They're both a thing of the past because we have come to the end, folks. So if you're digging this, you're liking the show, don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you listen. You can find us on social medias, TikTok, chummy.thumbs, Instagram, YouTube, X, Chummy Thumbs. Let us know what you're dealing with in your age. Dietary, physical, emotional, whatever it is. Send us email, chummythumbs@gmail.com. Let us know what what you've noticed as you've gotten older. What's something that you're like, oh man, like this is just a little bit different than it used to be.
Right. And I also want to know if anyone else out there has had the McAws.
Yes.
I'm still very curious. About
Hey, if there's a majority of Australian listeners, you'll be getting some yeses. But
Yes.
our
Yes.
statistics say
But
otherwise.
until next week, folks, next week,
Next week, keep
stay-
on
keep on.
What's happening? Keep on.
coming.
They didn't fuck me up this episode, bro. Come in.